Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and I'm documenting my journey to lose 100 pounds. In today's video, I'm gonna be making a phyllo crusted quiche. It has zucchini, spinach, roasted red bell peppers, and onion in it, and I think it's gonna be pretty good. I've never made one with phyllo dough before. I've actually never used phyllo dough for anything before. So hopefully this doesn't go terribly wrong, but we will see. So let's go get to it. First, I'm gonna chop up my veggies. I have a zucchini and some spinach, but we are gonna start with this red onion. Mine is really big, so I'm just gonna use half of it. You can use red, white, yellow, any of them would be fine, I think. I'm just doing red because that's what I have. Next, I'm gonna chop up the zucchini. The recipe calls for a medium, but I think I got a large, so I'm gonna cut some of this off. And now I'm gonna chop the spinach. This is literally like the prettiest spinach I've ever seen. Next, I'm gonna saute the vegetables. I want to remove as much of the moisture as possible so that it doesn't make the pastry soggy or the texture of the custard watery once it's cooked. I'm sauteing the red onion and about 5 grams of olive oil until it's soft. And to this, I'm gonna add my zucchini that I chopped. I am gonna salt this. I'm gonna put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and a good sprinkling of black pepper. And then to this, I'm gonna add in my spinach so that I can wilt it down. And then I'm gonna add in the roasted red bell pepper that I chopped off camera. And you guessed it, we're just gonna let this cook out the moisture a little bit more. The recipe that I'm basing this off of doesn't have you cook the vegetables down at all prior to baking the quiche. But I wouldn't skip this step. I think that if you do, the vegetables, especially the zucchini, are going to release a bunch of moisture into the custard part of the quiche, and I don't want that. So that's why I decided to cook them all down. But I will link the recipe down below, so if you want to follow along with their recipe, you can do that. I'm going to take this off the heat and let this cool for a little bit before we put everything together so that the eggs don't scramble when I pour them in. While those are cooling, I'm going to mix up the custard, and I'm going to use an immersion blender to blend it all together. The recipe calls for 8 eggs, but I'm going to do 4 whole eggs and then the equivalent of 4 egg whites. This will reduce the calories a bit more and up the protein. To that, I'm going to add 113 grams of this Daisy 2% cottage cheese. And then to this, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to blend this together with my immersion blender. I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 degrees. This is a 3.6 quart casserole dish that I just got off of Amazon the other day. It is a Lodge enamel cast iron pan. It comes with a lid. This color is so pretty. It's called Caribbean Blue. I am like obsessed. I'll link this down below because it's literally like my favorite thing I own now. I'm gonna spray the bottom of the pan with a bit of olive oil spray to keep it all from sticking. And we are going to line the bottom of this casserole dish with 8 sheets of phyllo dough. These sheets are extremely thin. Don't worry if you rip them, it's not a big deal. It won't matter in the end. You just want to make sure that you overlap the sheets. Just let the edges hang over the edge of the pan. We're going to fold that over the top when we're finished. As I go, I'm going to spray each sheet with a little olive oil spray. I weighed this bottle of olive oil before I started doing this so that I can weigh it again after and see how much oil I used so that I can update my recipe to make sure that it's accurate. Next, I'm going to spread the cooled vegetables over the top. And then I'm going to crumble 56 grams of feta on top of that, which is about half of this 4-ounce container. And then I'm just gonna pour the custard mixture over the top and kind of level it out. And now I'm gonna fold the edges of the phyllo dough back over the top, and I'm gonna bake this for 35 to 45 minutes. I just pulled this out of the oven. It baked for about 40 minutes, and you can tell when it's done when you see that the outside edge is crispy and brown and that the center is firm and no longer jiggles. I'm gonna try this out and let you know what I think about it in my what I eat in a day video that I post next, so be on the lookout for that. And that's gonna do it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you did, please give me a like. Let me know in the comments below if you make this and what you think about it. I just wanna thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week. See ya.